Welcome everybody to Trades of the Week with myself, Marcus de Maria, and we have Keith Sullivan in the house. We're a little bit sad as well because of obviously passing away of Queen Elizabeth, and I'm going to be talking about how that impacts the economy and what we can do about that. We've also got some amazing news about cryptocurrencies, what is happening to the Ethereum merge, for example, but also Polygon and Algorand and some of the others. Very exciting news. And what is Michael Saylor doing? What is he up to? Very exciting. And much, much more. So let's get started. And how are we doing with the Buffaloes?
In regards to the Buffalo, we have a couple of positions that are still running. Our first one, which was ABMD, unfortunately got stopped out, if I can zoom out here, stopped out at break even. So as you can see, we went down to 1-to-1, market then came back and took us out at break even. So no wins, no losses.
No loss,
yeah,
but also no gain.
So no moo, unfortunately,
no moo
on that one.
Okay.
The next one, so we're still in BHF. We just haven't been stopped out yet, but we're very, very close after yesterday.
Okay.
Still in the Cheesecake Factory, so cake, once again, we're in a loss but haven't been stopped out.
I can't believe this, all these 1%ers, and now it could be a loss.
That's it. And then we also have LRN, where we've seen the market...
Can I just ask on the other one, shouldn't we have moved the stop loss somehow? It really does look on the ratio, it really looks like we should have moved the stop loss.
So we should have had it at break even. Ooh, so...
Did we make a mistake? When I say we...
Me? You?
I don't know.
Us?
Somebody.
Someone. No, but yeah, so on this one, it should have been moved to break even. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and now we're in a loss on that one. That's the importance.
That just goes to show you. We were both jumping on that. The importance of when you're in a profit to move that stop loss up to your entry point. So now, if it does come back down, you don't lose any money, or in this case, back up.
Correct. And it's all about looking at the charts every day as well.
I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory, but apparently it's amazing.
Yeah, apparently it is. It's on every US show as well. So people love it.
Do we have it here in London?
Don't think so.
Come on.
We've got to get it here.
Somebody get in there. Come on,
put a petition
bring it over.
together.
Yeah.
So the next one is LRN. We are up at 1% stop loss now. So we've actually locked in 1% profit if this market does go down. Good. And TAP, we're in a slight profit, but not enough as of yet to move up our stop loss.
Okay. All right. Do we have any new position? Actually, let's talk about the market. What's happening in the market?
Perfect. So in regards to the market, as you know, we have been seeing a bit of a positive move over the last few days. Now, why has this come about? There has been positive news around the economy. We had last week ISM data, which is showing us is the economy expanding or contracting, so growing or shrinking. And it is still showing that the economy is in expanding territory. So investors have jumped on that and gone, we love that, it's still expanding, and we believe now the Federal Reserve are going to be less hawkish on the way that they increase interest rates. The second thing about this is, in a structural standpoint, we have been seeing higher lows being created. So that's the first thing. So sentiment is looking to potentially have shifted. Now, we have started to see lower highs from the previous bear trend be taken out, which is a sign of bullish momentum. So that's the first sign. And the second sign is we're finally trading above the 50-day moving average as well. And for traders, that's another bullish sign, because whenever you are seeing a stock, an equity, an index above the moving averages, it's showing bullish movement. So that is a first break over the last few days. So that's another good bit of news. Now, this week, we also have CPI, Consumer Price Index, which is the inflation indicator to show us is inflation accelerating still or decelerating, so decreasing. So obviously last month we had a decelerating CPI because of energy has actually become a bit cheaper. So now we're seeing, are we going to see a second month of deceleration? And what does that mean for the Federal Reserve? Are they going to now take a step back and be less hawkish on increasing interest rates? Now, if I could come with my own opinion, if that's allowed, I believe what's happening in the market, where we're seeing the stock market going up, we're seeing consumer confidence or sentiment going up as well, so consumers are more positive on the outlook, that is really going against what the Federal Reserve are wanting to do. Because once confidence comes back into the market, what do? People start spending. Now, the Federal Reserve, to bring down inflation, they're doing something known as QT. And that basically is trying to stop people spending in the economy. So what's happening in the market right now is actually going against what the Federal Reserve want to do. Now, what could that mean? It could mean the Federal Reserve can now actually be more hawkish and increase interest rates higher than people or analysts believed.
What are they saying? They're saying it's 0.75?
Yeah, 75 basis points. So they could go back up to 100 basis points if they really need to be aggressive.
That means mortgages are going to go up.
Correct, mortgages, everything. Companies start not losing money, margins actually become tighter. So I believe that they may have to take that standpoint because they need to bring down inflation. And if people keep spending money into the economy, inflation is not going to come down. So I believe the Federal Reserve might take the next step on being more hawkish. Now, once again, just an opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. But short term, we are seeing bullish movements in the market, which is positive. Now, what does that mean for us as investors and traders? We need to be a bit cautious in regards to the way that we're trading. We need to be hedged, so longs and shorts. But also we need to make sure we're liquid enough with our value cost averaging positions. So being able to buy, if the market has a sharp drop, we're able to buy as that market drops. And also, don't forget, it's all well and good knowing how to buy into the market. Everyone knows how to buy a stock. But people don't know how to get out of the market at profits. So make sure you look at your current positions as the market is going up short term and see, can I now start taking profits on some of my VCAs, as you've seen we have over the last few weeks. So that's pretty much the market update, nothing too exciting.
Well, that's also why it's so important that you hit that subscribe button, because we don't just get into things, we also get out of things as well as we're in profit. Actually, on that, isn't there a private Facebook group?
Correct. So you have the I Am Insider private Facebook group where there's a link below in the description. And it's an amazing community that we've created here at Investment Mastery where we give you daily updates on anything that we are looking to get into, any stocks, any crypto. We give you the biggest gainers and losers on crypto. And we also create an environment where you can ask questions and ask for support, which is amazing. So link in the description, make sure that you do click that link. And
man, I wish I had something like that when I first started. I didn't have anything like this.
No?
No, what do you mean? I was in the 90s. Are you kidding me? Facebook didn't even exist then. Did the internet exist then? Anyway, we digress. Okay, I'm not that old. Well, I am that old. Okay, so come on. But by the way, do make sure that you do take advantage of this. You'll be able to converse with us and we'll be able to answer your questions, okay? So go ahead and make sure you take advantage of that in the description below. Right, come on. Do we have a buffalo?
So with that being said, we do have a shorting opportunity, PCG, Pacific Gas and Energy Corporation. Yesterday, we did see a bit more of a push higher on our resistance level, but we're still touching our level of resistance. We are still able to enter 1% below, and with that, we're still going to get a good risk to reward. So it hasn't done anything yet for us. Now, if it does come down to go in perfect, if it
but this is good
higher,
actually. Look, this is really good because look, when this was touching this one here, then we were waiting for the red candle, and then it would have been a 1% stop order to get in as it went down, but it didn't. It actually went up. Now, what that means is that the low, right, went higher, and therefore we have a better, higher entry point when we are selling short. It's a bit confusing if people don't understand selling short. But if you were long, right, if you were looking to get in at 1% above the high, but it dropped down, still touching the line, so it's still in play, what that would have meant is that you would have gotten in the next day at a much better, lower price. Here it's the opposite. You just need to stand on your head. That's all they need to do.
If you can stand on your head, I don't think I can.
You can't?
No.
All right. Okay, so we're looking to get into that, and let's hopefully, we're not in, by the way. It has to get us in as it drops. Boom. Right, the broker gets us in automatically, and let's see what happens over the next few weeks.
Correct. And if we do see it carry on trading above our resistance level, we just then cancel our position.
Yeah, we're not interested anymore.
Yeah, we're not interested anymore.
Right,
but that's it for the Buffalo.
Alrighty, right. Let's go to the crypto markets. We've got some really fascinating news with the cryptos, but let's have a look at some of our positions first. I mean, things have been going up, Keith, but not enough probably.
No, so things have been slowly moving up, but it's not enough for us to really take profits. Nothing really that I can see. We've looked at Cardano, but no profits being taken yet. So we are not accumulating because we've been accumulating as the market drops. So now as it's slowly recovering, we're now waiting for our exit points where we can start taking profits.
By the way, this is a real danger zone time for you, okay? Because if you're in here and it's not giving you 100% a minute, you might get bored. Now that's an emotion which allows people or gets people or forces people to just give up on it. But just like the crypto winters of the past, A, it takes longer than you think, and B, this too shall pass. There will come a time when suddenly it starts going up, and it's like, and now it just keeps going up, and you wish you would have bought some more, right? Now's the time to make sure that your positions keep accumulating, like Warren Buffett, right? We're the Warren Buffett of cryptos.
There you go.
Well, somebody has to be, right? So keep accumulating, following the strategy, of course, very important indeed. And if you don't know the strategy, make sure you get on that I Am Insider Facebook group.
Correct.
Okay, good.
So, but if we have a look at what's happening with Bitcoin, we had come back down to a previous level of support around the 19,000, 20,000 mark, and we've just been utilizing it as support. So we're actually ranging sideways right now. There's no real push on the upside or downside. We're waiting for one of these levels, if it's the resistance level, to be broken, which then means we're coming back up to the 30,000 mark, or if it's the support level to be broken, we can then start looking around 17,000 as the next level of support.
Yeah, and I do not know what's going to happen, right?
No.
But I believe it probably is going to come back down, and I'm kind of hoping that it's going to go below and break below 19, even 18. And you're saying the next level is around 15?
17,000.
Okay, 17,000. I think it might even go below that. Now, don't try and time it, because if you say, oh, then I'll wait then, okay, that means that if it now breaks out, you would have missed the entire move, right? So always follow the strategy with rules, very important.
Correct. So once again, I say with crypto, with Bitcoin moving sideways, we've seen a bit of a push up on Ethereum, but not enough to take profit. So the overall market is just moving really sideways for us at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I always say that trading and investing is not something that, you know, that life isn't about trading and investing. Trading and investing is just a vehicle, that's all it is, to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. So you shouldn't really be spending more than around 20 minutes a day per asset class. So if you're doing cryptos, 20 minutes, and then stocks and shares might be another 20 minutes.
Correct.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn from the best.
All right.
So that is basically it with the crypto market.
Okay.
We do have some interesting news though, right?
Yeah, which one do you want to talk about? Because there's a lot going on, okay, a lot going on about volatility, the Ethereum merge. Everyone's talking about the Ethereum merge. Now, let's talk about it a little bit, right? The Ethereum merge, obviously stage 1 has happened. Stage 2 is going to be happening this week. And what does this mean for the price? We should be looking at Ethereum, actually.
Yeah, so let's have a look at Ethereum US dollar.
Yeah. So, kind of moving up, kind of moving sideways. What a lot of people are doing, yes, they got into it because of the merge, because it did, you know, make the price go up quite substantially, actually, if you think about it. It doesn't look like it, but from a low of $800, almost touching the 2,000 there. I mean, that's quite a move, right? Not really in cryptos, but it's quite a move.
Yeah.
Now, why is it now going sideways with the merge coming? Several reasons. What if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to? And what some people are doing, and this I was talking about hedging all the time, they're actually going into other layer ones, like Solana, for example. I think Solana went up 12% yesterday. So they're hedging themselves. They're going, uh-oh, because what happens is if it doesn't work out the way that people are expecting it to, then Ethereum's going to collapse. Some people are thinking that it might go to 800, even less. And hey, let's hope so, because I think Ethereum is the future. If you think of everything that is being built on Ethereum, all the DeFi, right? All the NFTs, everything that is, all the decentralized applications, the DApps that are on there, I would not discount Ethereum. I wouldn't do it. Now, does that mean put all your money into Ethereum? Of course not. Of course not. Diversify. Make sure you have some in Matic, Polygon as well.
Maybe.
Do your own research when I say things like that, right? We should talk about Matic.
We should. We should. So obviously Matic, which is a layer 2 solution level for Ethereum, which basically means, are they going to be needed when Ethereum 2.0 comes out? Now,
Great
that's
question,
the first
right?
question. That
Are they turning into a layer 1 themselves?
Potentially, because how can they be more sustainable? If Ethereum don't need them, they need to find sustainability somewhere else, and they have been working on migrating back into a layer 1 solution for themselves to entice people to go and use their blockchain instead of Ethereum. Now, could that be the next Ethereum killer like we had with Cardano? We don't know.
Yeah, okay. But don't. You know, when it's an Ethereum killer, and then put all your money into that. Diversify. No one position will ever make you a fortune. No one position. But I tell you what. Well, generally speaking, you could be lucky, of course. But I'm talking about investing, not speculating. But I tell you what, if you put everything into one and it goes down to zero, that could definitely lose you a fortune. By the way, Starbucks has tapped Polygon as its blockchain provider for what it calls its Web3 Odyssey. So it's some kind of Starbucks rewards loyalty program. So Starbucks, that's a big name. That's a big name.
Worldwide as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about MicroStrategy.
Oh, this was a big piece of news that Microstrategy are selling $5 million worth of their own shares to potentially put back into cryptocurrency.
Come on,
well,
Michael Saylor.
We say cryptocurrency, we mean Bitcoin. That's the only one every
Yeah, that's the only one. He's a bit of a Bitcoin maximalist. Again, make sure you have some Bitcoin as well. Look, we can't tell you what to do. Do your own research. Use us as a springboard for your own deeper research, okay? Make sure you subscribe so you always know what we're talking about and the strategies that we're doing. But MicroStrategy, because I was wondering, are they going to buy some more? They're not very good at timing the market.
Not yet.
They're not real investors, are they?
No, they're emotional investors. Let's call them that. So they see...
Do you think?
I think, you see the market slowly going back up, and right, we better jump in again.
Do you think so?
And it just seems every time we see Bitcoin have a bit of a move, MicroStrategy jumps with more money. That's how I've seen it. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean it's right, but they filed for 500 million now. What could it mean for Bitcoin? We could see a short-term push up with Bitcoin, which then helps carrying on this, kind of the bull recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's good to see that he still believes in Bitcoin. Of course, it's just getting more adoption, more traction as we go along. Talking of, what about Algorand?
Algorand is another coin which has actually 5x.
Layer 1, right?
Layer 1 coin.
Being used by El Salvador, remember, right? El Salvador was the first country that actually made Bitcoin its first, legal tender. But they used the Algorand blockchain, right?
Correct. And now with Algorand, they're becoming a lot more efficient. They've 5x their efficiency within their blockchain. So they've gone from 1,200 transactions per second to 6,000 transactions per second.
Which still is a lot less than a blockchain like Solana.
Correct.
That's doing around 50,000. But your point probably is going to be, but they break down now and again.
They do. Okay. But you just got to see,
6,000, 50,000.
But you've got to see, is Algorand an emerging blockchain? Okay, now I believe it's FIFA who are looking
So are you saying that Ethereum is a merging blockchain, but Algorand is an emerging blockchain?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good.
It's getting there. Nice wordplay there. I like that one. But FIFA is also looking to create NFTs on the Algorand blockchain as well. And that's FIFA, one of the biggest world football organizations. So that could be another thing for Algorand moving forward. Now, obviously, do we know which one's going to play out the best? Is it Ethereum? Is it Solana? Is it Algorand?
I wonder what we should do. What should we do if we don't know which one?
Maybe diversify.
And put something into each one of those if you agree and you've done your own research, of course.
Correct.
Okay, very good.
But other than that, that's the crypto market.
Absolutely. Let's talk about any positions, any new positions, anything new?
Nothing really new with crypto.
No. Okay, all right, so let's keep going as we go through this crypto winter. Each season does pass, as you know. You know when you're really cold in the winter and you think, is this ever going to end, right? And then it does. It always does. And by the way, it comes back as well. Okay, let's turn to the VCA, the value cost averaging. Do we have anything to update on? Then I want to talk about the Queen and the economy.
Okay, so with INTC, we've now entered at 54%. So we've had a bit of a drop with Intel, so 54%.
Oh, nice.
Now that could be because of the what's happening with microchips, and you're seeing Nvidia, AMD, Intel all taking a hit. They're taking a hit because they're losing 5% of revenue because they can't export to Russia and China at the minute. You've also got here Turtle Beach, which is down 80%. So we've got our next entry there.
Turtle Beach, what do they do?
It's just more of gaming headsets type.
Oh, okay.
So we're down at 80% on that one. So we've got our next entry. Other than that, no profits being taken as of yet. Still accumulating a lot more of the shares as it goes down. But as you've seen, the market over the last few days have been going up. So nothing really entry-wise that we're going to take.
Yeah, but the good news is because we keep accumulating at certain price points, as per the value cost averaging strategy, when it goes up, we're going to be in profit first. So that's the good news. And we've invested more money. So more profits percentage-wise. And also overall. So we don't have any new positions. Yes, we do. What about Walgreens?
We've got WBA. So Walgreens Boots Alliance down 33%.
Hold on. I didn't know this. Is that what they're called now? Walgreens Boots Alliance? Because there were Walgreens and now there's Boots. When did this happen?
That I couldn't tell you.
Wow, okay.
But there must have been some sort of merge happen. But if we look at WBA, it's down 33%. Fundamentally, we've got good market cap. We've got solid income. We are seeing overvalued PEG, which is natural for a bigger blue chip company.
Yeah.
Relatively low debt, and also longer term debt is getting lower, which is good. We are seeing earnings not too solid, but still growing at an acceptable rate. Because remember, they're a larger company. They're not going to have 10, 20% earnings growth. So it is growing at a sustainable rate. And then you've got also good return on assets, equity, and investment as well. So the company here, we've always seen, is it the one that I'll go, fundamentally, this is perfect, I'm getting it? No, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say this is perfect at all.
Would I say it's sustainable in the way it runs its business and the returns it gets on a yearly basis? Yeah, I would say it's that. And it also pays decent dividends out as well. So overall, 5% dividends shows if a company is paying that type of dividends, it shows that they are able to make money. Okay, so overall, fundamentally,
it's definitely not a growth stock. Let's put it that way.
No, it's definitely
not a technology growth stock with an amazing future. It's going to like 100x, but you know.
No.
Yeah.
But as you said, right, it's never one investment which makes you a millionaire. It's that compounding growth of the 20% here, 20% there, which then makes you the money. So if you think this is not going to go to zero and is going to give you that 20% recovery, which we do, then it's an investment that we're taking.
Okay. All right, so let's turn our attention now to Queen Elizabeth, obviously passing away. Dennis and I, and with my children, we actually went, and Madrika, we went into London and we paid our respects in the way that I guess we did, which was just to put some flowers down around the Green Park area. And it was very moving reading. I mean, it really was very moving indeed. I don't know whether I did a little video there. I don't know whether I showed that there. We also did an unveiling. I don't know whether you saw that. Comment below if you saw my other video, by the way, of unveiling the Investment Mastery tribute to. Do we still say Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Queen Elizabeth. Because we bought like a picture of her. I don't know whether you saw that there, which we're going to hang up. So it's all very, very sad. Obviously, what that means is that there's going to be a funeral, and the funeral is going to be next Monday. Now, what that means is that there's going to be entire industries shutting down for the day. I mean, pretty much everybody's going to shut down. So the economy is going to take a big hit. It kind of has been taking a little bit of a hit as well, as some shops closed down. We stopped filming for a day, for example. We stopped sending out any kind of marketing for a day. So all of those kind of things are going to affect the economy. Now think about other things like, I don't know why they have to change passports, but certainly things like the banknotes, for example. What else would they need to change? I mean, everything that has because now it's no longer about Queen Elizabeth, it's about King Charles III. So all of this is going to, cost a lot of money. That's the first thing. And the second thing, it is also going to take a hit on the economy as we have all of these days off, etc. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, some people are even saying that this is what could tip us into a recession. I mean, really?
It could potentially, right? Because it used to bring in, they're saying here, the royal family kept costs of 500 million per year that brought in 2.5 billion in revenue. Wow. Okay, 2.5
that is
billion
good ROI.
in revenue. That's not bad, is it?
People always they say, oh, they will cost a lot of money. Now think about this, right? The royal family upkeep cost 500 million. And you just think, what the beep, right? Per year. But brought in 2.5 billion in revenue. It's because people loved the Queen. They wanted to see the royalty. They love that romantic idea, and they, changing the guards, the Tower of London, all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, it is going to continue. But the thing is it going to continue as much?
Correct. That's what we need to now see.
Because 70 years is a bit different to a new king coming in. Well, we'll see.
Correct. But it could, once again, they're saying this could tip the UK into recession. Now, do we already think the UK is in a recession with the high inflation and actually what's happening in the economy right now? Do we think the UK is already in a recession? Potentially, we're already edging to that side. Yeah. So this could just be the catalyst, which then exacerbates. Yeah,
it's not that brings us in; it's that tips us into it. Queen Elizabeth's death will probably cost between. I mean, think about 1.6 to 7 billion. Somebody is not being very accurate there, but 1.6 billion, because you don't know, right? To 7 billion to the British economy. Wow, and that's why, as you say, that's a great point. It's not that brings the recession. That is just, the final, what do they always call it? The straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, nail in the coffin.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I think that would be. Oh really? Okay.
Okay, not a good one.
Okay, no. Well, it actually is. All right. So there you go. So, but what should people do? Is there anything they can do about it?
So you just got to have a look at what is happening in the market. Obviously, when recession comes into play, you've got to really tighten your belts, don't you? You can't just go out and spend like you normally would. You can't go to shops and buy Apple products like you normally would. You've got to start tightening your belts and buy the essentials. So that's the first thing. Also, you've got to look at something which is somewhat recessionary. okay, and trading stocks, selling short. It's recessionary. It goes against what the overall market does.
But
right?
also, what about consumer staples, like to be safe? So, for example, any kind of dollar, we're in the UK, so pound shops, for example, people are going to flock to those, the cheaper supermarkets like Aldi or Lidl, for example. So there are plays to be done, and you mentioned that energy stocks are the ones to go for.
Yeah, so when you start seeing, for example, in the US and the dollar strength go down, naturally energy stocks go up, right? Because
okay, so as the dollar goes down, because it's been going up, but as the dollar goes down, then you're saying that then what? We
start seeing energy stocks go up because overseas consumption of energy then becomes cheaper if it's priced against the dollar. So then we start seeing the energy companies go up, and even if the dollar carries on decreasing in strength, we're going to see the overall market go up as well.
Didn't we just looking at shorting an energy stock?
We were looking at shorting an energy stock, yep. So that's the hedge against, but that's the hedge, right?
That's
because
the hedge.
If the dollar, if we have a look, for example, the DXY, the dollar is still bullish. Okay, the dollar strength is still being bullish. Okay, until we start seeing the breaks of these levels here, we're still bullish. So what does that mean? It could mean that we might see a rebound of the dollar, which then could cause energy stocks to carry on falling as well.
Yeah.
So that's where the hedge kind of come into play.
Okay, very, very good. So let's have a look at the results here on the 13th of September. So we've got the Buffalo at 64%. That needs to be higher, at this stage. It does need to be higher, but that's it. That's the market. Sometimes you have like a streak of winners and a streak of losers. VCA, that hasn't moved, I think, 1,000. So, it has moved a little bit, 1,070.
Over the last few weeks.
Yeah, over the last few years. The cryptocurrency results here, they haven't moved. 1,500% and 4,320. And they won't move for a while, but when that next bull market comes, they are going to move up again. I can't wait for this to be over 10,000% on money invested. Can't wait for that. So make sure that you do several things. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. And more importantly, make sure you subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss out what we're not just getting into, but also getting out of as well. You need to take your profits. And finally, remember, join the I Am Insider Facebook group. It's free. We answer your questions. And if you have got questions that are burning, that you want to know what we're doing, we will answer those. And you'll find all the details below. And we look forward to seeing you next week.